let's get into the history of Planet of the Fakes, man. Planet of the Fakes have been all over the place. One little piece, all that trash in there. Ain't no water dripping off, no trash. Out of videos, well, a few of them that people sent me, uh, and it's like, um, just some things I'm just not feeling. Gut feeling tells you something. I just want to give you guys the truth. I don't want to have to worry about who sees more false stuff. And I just seen Straight Drop, and he said that she's playing under the fake. More false stuff. And I just seen Straight Drop, and he said that she's playing under the fake. More false stuff. And I just seen Straight Drop.
John gotta quit listening to these addicts.
More false stuff. And I just seen Straight Drop, and he said that she's playing under the fake.
More false stuff. Okay, so hey y'all, I'm here to do a video for the satanic side of this case. Basically, there's a lot of theories out there. People believe that she was sacrificed, and if she is alive, because I believe Kenneka Jenkins, you know, she may have faked her own death. Prove me wrong. So, if something actually happened to her, and I said this in other videos, to maybe that's why her body wasn't actually in the casket, because who knows what happened, maybe from the sacrifice or the harvesting of the organs, who knows, they didn't use her body, I don't know. But let's just say for this video that this was a blood sacrifice. I want to start off pointing out that these are satanic signs, hand signs, symbols, whatever you want to call them, and they throw these up in a lot of the videos, you'll notice in the pictures, and I know the first thing everybody says is that they're in a gang. So what I do want to point out is, and I've said this on comments and posts and things before, that they worship the devil whether they realize it or not, because most of those gangs originate from something satanic, and they're just ignorant to the fact. They don't even know it. So half of them are throwing up all this shit, and they don't even realize what type of energy they are putting out into the universe by doing that. So, you know, they don't even realize it. And we all do it, watching the TV, all the subliminals. I mean, I even myself, unfortunately, feed into some of that shit because we're already used to it. You know, this is what we're bred to. We're bred into it. It's all around us. That's a whole nother video in its own. Just satanic symbols within the logos and everything. So anyway, I believe that these kids were basically born into it. Chicago, in my opinion, is a very satanic city. There's a lot of Satanists that came from it. I believe Aleister Crowley was born there. Either born there or lived there, one of the two. The Chicago Bulls, obviously that's satanic bulls, and that's why Jordan had the number 23. Satanic, 23 is very satanic. So, 2 times 3 is 6. So, you know, just the black, white, and red, because I'm going to point that out, they wear a lot of black, white, and red, and I'm sure that'll be the first thing that you say is, oh, they are just Bulls fans? Okay, well, come the fuck on. There isn't that much love of the Bulls. I mean, you gotta wear other colors. So just in my experience, I've gotten to a lot of videos with the Illuminati and the elite, as far as like in Hollywood, basically was my point, and with the rappers and shit like that. So I've seen a lot of the shit, and you pick it up, and it could just be coincidences, and that's why I believe that it's really a psyop, because they are giving us enough information to where it could be 3 or 4 theories. That could have been a harvesting of her organs. It could have been a sacrifice. It could have just been a gang rival, and it could have been some sort of like sex ring, drug ring, or whatever gone bad. So that right there, I mean, just the fact that there's enough evidence that people really believe their theories, and I'm not going to knock them for it, because with this false evidence, it does put you into those ways. If you get enough evidence, just like we found certain evidence that can prove our theory of them thinking that she's in the CIA and that she's just faked her death possibly to get away from the gangs, start a new life, what have you. Because nobody can prove that she even walked into that hotel or left it. Teresa Martin said that on the 107.5 WGCI interview yesterday, so if you don't believe me, you can go check that out for your fucking self. Alright, so just want to go into this real quick, Masonic handshakes, because it's pretty satanic as well. And I wish I would have been into this and knew this before my grandfather passed, because he was actually a Mason. He went to the lodge every weekend, and when I was a little girl, I was actually a rainbow girl. So I didn't know what the shit was. But I knew I didn't like that shit. I wasn't like those little girls. I don't know. They were just too much of a square for me, I guess. Or maybe I just knew, you know. I just knew it wasn't for me at a young age. So it only lasted for like a year or two when I was right before a teenager. So you notice their handshakes. And I think it was Scoop Gang on Instagram who had caught that. I guess I took that page off, damn it. Hold on.
Word metadata is, but it's the only evidence that cannot be tampered with at this point. I need.
Okay, so we see that. We saw the can shake.
Hole of over and over again, seeing this happen so many times that you become numb. I called that school because that's metadata. I don't know if Planet of the Fakes knows what the fucking word metadata is, but it's the only evidence that cannot be tampered with at this point. I need.
Another lie. She couldn't find a factual date on that. I remember her saying that they did say that she didn't graduate from that school. And she didn't find out the years that she was there. And it's still, nothing can go past like from 2 years ago for this girl. Besides the couple baby pictures that they show. If you ask me, I think she's probably just digitally created all the way together like little Michaela, if you know who that is. The big Instagram model that blew up that nobody knows who she is. She looks like a computer-generated person. But they have videos of her looking like an avatar, basically. But she's with other real-life people. So that's a whole nother video, too.
Video today to apologize to my subscribers, to apologize for giving up on this case and falling down the rabbit hole of over and over again, seeing this happen so many times that you become numb. I called that school because
Got a playlist together so you can come to my channel and look through these videos, because obviously I won't go through them all. Now this video right here, he did really good at pointing them all out, but he's recording using his phone to record another screen, so the quality is horrible. So, but it's the live party, so let's just go to here because
Straight because I don't think I have as much space, but I noticed something very, very, how can I say, disturbing when the most recent video popped up in my feed regarding Kenneka, or better known as Kenneka Jenkins' friend in the video. In the frame, there were two main people. One was a guy, he has a white t-shirt with a cross chain, and then the friend who looks very similar to Kenneka. She also has the very, very long hair, very similar, like, skin tone and height, maybe a little, say, as you see in the title, Illuminati Final Game, they're claiming this to be some ritual gesture. and then he does. Okay, watch. See.
You'll notice they always do. I've caught them in increments of
Oh my
3
God! So
and
does this
12.
suggest that possibly, that's the one that looks like Kenneka that possibly said, or maybe this was some ritual for initiation. Their sacrifice was her, and this is clearly indicating that he is doing those gestures that are very famously known.
Shalom, this is Judah Naz with a brand new video. What happened to Kenneka Jenkins? Well, everyone's watching the party scene, but no one seems to know what's going on at the party. Clearly, the people at the party are telling you what happened to Kenneka. She was a ritual sacrifice. And if you don't believe me, why is this guy in a white hat tossing up double Baphomets? At the party, you'll notice that this guy in the white hat, this girl, and the camera guy, the camera phone, they're the main 3. This dude's always looking at the camera tossing up signs, and then she's gonna toss up signs too. Right? See if you can pick her up. Sorry for the bat, if there's reflections and things like that, but alright? I'm trying to make sure my lighting is good. You see that? Look at his hands. I'm sorry, hold on. That's his pointer finger right there. That's his pinky finger. That's his pinky finger and his index finger. He's tossing up double Baphomets. He's doing this. Right? Watch this. He's doing it again. Now, if you go to Mike Larry 2010's channel, and let me see, let me get the time marks for you guys. Bear with me for a second. The time marks are at 50 seconds, 1 minute and 10, 2 minutes and 7, 2 minutes and 35, 3 minutes and 55. You're going to notice this guy here and this girl are going to be tossing up Baphomets. Now, nobody else in the party, you know what I'm saying? But this guy here who has the camera focused on Kenneka, who's right there. Let me see if the lighting is good. Let me try to pull it back a little bit. Hold on, bear with me. Anyway, you can't see. This is off a camera phone. But that's Kenneka right there. And this guy here, you see him right there. He has the camera angled to get him, her, and Kenneka, who's standing right there. Right? So at this time stamp, this dude throws up Baphomets again. Double Baphomets again. This is at 110. If you go to Mike Larry 2010's page. Let's see some more. You don't believe me? Watch this. After he throws up the Baphomet, he throws up the hand pyramid. Look. See the one eye? See the thumb in the pyramid? Okay, you can check rappers for that. Notice the camera guy is right there. He was covered right there. Who's that?
One eye, and then with the pyramid.
That is Kenneka right there. The girl is down here. You can't see her at this juncture. But why is this guy always paying attention to the camera, throwing up Baphomets and Masonic hand signs? Why does this dude have the camera angled looking at her? That's Kenneka. Don't believe it? Just keep it going. Who's that? That's the girl. Not Kenneka. That's the girl in the page who's throwing up the one-eye Willie, or the 666. One-eye, the eye of Horus, a.k.a. the anus. If y'all didn't know that. Whoever's into that Egyptian nonsense, Osiris is the penis, and his son Horus is symbolic for the anus. But, as Isis is the vagina. But, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay? Why are these people throwing out Masonic hand signs at a party in Chicago where a girl gets killed and it's a freaking mystery? Let's keep it going. Here's your boy again. This is at the 335 mark. You notice camera guy is right there. Mr. Baphomet keeps throwing up the Bafi there, and that's Kenneka right there. Just ask yourself, why does he always have the camera angled at this dude, that girl, and Kenneka?
And this is just that.
But then we all wonder what the hell happened to her.
So y'all can all easily go look at it.
Ask yourself.
Watch it live.
What's up with homeboy in the Masonic hand signs?
Maybe you'll catch something.
Just keep it going. Watch this. We're gonna prove that girl that was stumbling in the hallway was not Kenneka. First off, you don't go to a party skinny as hell drinking a little bit, and all of a sudden you just gain hips and shit, right?
According to that one YouTube you do.
Here's Kenneka's pants. You notice that in the rip, that rip is at least a 3-inch gash with 2 strings, fringes hanging out there, right? But look at fake drunk, stumbling, bumbling Kenneka. There is no flesh in her rip. Look, you can see Kenneka's flesh from her leg matching her stomach. Where is the flesh in chubby Kenneka? No flesh. Look at that hole there, that gash in these jeans. It's pretty freaking big. It's from there to there. Look at stunt double. The gash is real little. Notice the hips, kind of straight, young hips. Okay, this chick here has cankles. Don't believe it? Let's keep it going with this. Huh? This is fat Kenneka who doesn't show her face. Notice when this one shows up that her face is never shown. She never shows her face. Her head's always down. She's playing with her hair. She's even grinning when she walks by. Here's Kenneka Jenkins right here, showing her face. Little cutie pie, little young girl. Cankles is not cute, right? And there's a video of a brother that it's on my likes. If you go there, he shows that one there's a camera shot where stumbling, bumbling Kenneka is actually somebody else. Like there's somebody else, and then there's an edit, and then she comes stumbling and bumbling and doing her little fake routine of being whatever drunk. But again, notice that her face is always covered. She's always playing with her hair. She's a little bit chubby. These are not the same people. All right? These are not the same people. What do you see here? Ma Dukes. Remember when she was giving the speech? Did you see any crying?
You
see any tears right here?
Red is all they wear.
No, you do not. What's up with them earrings, huh? Pyramid. Look at it real good. Those are that is a pyramid. It's like it's a 3D. Look at it. Look. This would be the corner right there. It's a 3D pyramid. No tears, not a tear. You know what? My little babies should lend this mother some tears so she can cry for her daughter, who coincidentally is here again with no big wide hips. And Kenneka is tossing up the Baphomet too, which is quite freaking odd. Let me see if we can get that Baphomet that she's tossing up. Oh, right there. She's tossed up the Baphomet too. Ma Dukes is crying with no tears. Pyramid earrings. That's because you want to know what happened to Kenneka? That's what happened. Now, either she really did get sacrificed, because there's more people involved in this than just a bunch of silly, weak Negroes at a party throwing up Masonic hand signs. Because them dudes actually was probably letting you know, or letting whoever know, yeah, we got her. Because that camera guy kept having the camera angled at Kenneka. He always got himself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bear with me, y'all. Hold on. Where is it? Bear with me, y'all. All right. This guy right there always has the camera angled at Kenneka, who's standing right here, and this fucking clown throwing up the Baphomet, and this silly bitch that's over here.
He is a savage.
Let's go back. Remember? 666. Baphomet pyramid. One eye. That's Kenneka right there. Okay, I'm sorry. 1, 2, let's back it up. Okay? Baphomet. Homeboy right there looking. Kenneka's right there. There's a girl with the one-eye Willie 666 eye Freemasonic hand sign over her eyes. She's standing right there looking at the camera too. Mr. Baphomet looking at the camera. The camera guy is not holding it, but Kenneka is over there. So they set her up, and the police know. Right? That's why it's a big ass cover up. And to tell you the truth, Ma Dukes probably got like a 50-piece bucket of chicken. You know what I'm saying? Some hair weave and who knows what else? All for sacrifice of her daughter. Negroes don't toss up Baphomets and shit unless they're told to do it. And clearly all this shit is just not coincidental. And with that, this is what happened to Kenneka Jenkins. Sacrifice. I'm out.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the pictures real quick. You've seen the signs, the handshakes. So he gave you an idea there. And how I mentioned, I think, in the beginning of the video that their satanic colors are black, white, and red. You can see that that's not me making it up. I don't know why it went to that page. Fuck. Satanic colors. Black, white, red is their flag, you see? And if you'll notice the checkered floor, you'll see that. That's the checkered floor was the Satanic Church. So anybody that has that in their home most likely is a worshiper, knowingly or not. Black, white, red. I mean, just she does wear a lot of gray too, but everything is black, white, red. And again, you'll see how I mention the bulls because, of course, that's their color. That's where they're from. So, it's easy to say that. But that's why I say that they were born into the shit regardless. It's a very satanic city, in my opinion. So they were just bred for the shit. And I believe she was born into this gang shit. Most of her family was with it. It's alleged that she's powerful in it. So, it's alleged that her mother may have some dealings with the occult. So, maybe possibly into witchcraft. And if you ask me, I believe that Kenneka may have been more of a godlier, on a godlier level. And maybe that's why she was such a threat. I know her birthday is 5/27. So that's 7/7 right there. But it's also 12. 1 plus 2 is 3, which is satanic. So let's do her whole birthday, 5/27, 1985, or 1998. So 10, 19, 27, 7 plus 2 is 9. Okay, so actually it's pretty satanic, her birthday is. So let me take that back about the godliness. But I had read somewhere that somebody believed on a spiritual level that she may have been some sort of healer. But again, that's just all speculation and hearsay and a little bit of craziness. So, but in this theory with the Illuminati, they believe that, and what you believe is powerful. So, I'm a believer of that. You think it to existence, speak it to existence. So you never know what somebody may be able to do with some help from the other side. So I brought this up in the video yesterday. 3 plus 5 plus 1 is 9. 3 plus 5 plus 3, 11. 9, 11. 911. And then even if you add it up for the gematria factor, it still equals 11. And 11 is a very satanic number. So we've seen that on the video, black, white, red. And I mentioned, I think, that I thought it was odd. If you remember, they used this picture as her angel picture, and she's throwing up the Buffy. So, which, black, white, red. And honestly, I don't think that this is her. I don't know if somebody threw that in there with all those, duplicate Kenneka's Orphan Black. I don't believe that's her. It looks like her, favors her, but I don't know. Look at the belly. Oh, no, that's just me. I don't think that's Kenneka. Black, white, red. Selling up the Baphomet. Okay, so that's it for them. So, and just since I brought up the satanic number meanings, let's just touch on that really quick and then I'll end the video. Just so that you can know what I mean. Let's see. Satanic number meanings. Of course, we know the number of the beast is 666, obviously. I mean, I think the basic meaning of them numbers that, can derive to 6 or whatever, but it could also, 3 is very satanic, obviously, because three threes is a 9. Turn the 9 upside down, that's 6. Chapter 13. We know 13 is satanic. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Six 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 is the sum of the first 36 natural numbers. So you add up 1 plus 36 and that gives you 666. Wow. It's a triangular number. I'm not sure what that means. I'll have to look into it. So 36 equals 15. 15 plus 21. I wonder how they came to that. It's 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. 15 plus 21. A controversial statue unveiled by the Satanic Temple at a secret ceremony in Detroit has attracted protest, but who is the goat-headed figure? And what do the elements of the statue symbolize? It's creepy. As above, so below. That's why the hands are always pointed like that. 2-finger salute. Yep, see, as above, so below. And you'll notice Jay-Z wears a lot of that those sayings on his clothing. That's how you know he's satanic. I mean, he's been doing the shit since the 90s with the triangle when he does Hova. And just his name, calling himself Jefe Hova. Jefe means boss in Spanish. And Hova, Jehovah, so he's calling himself a god. Okay. But basically, in my opinion, I know I didn't bring all of the evidence that I had. They've changed the times and dates on shit. I think I brought that up. The fact that some people believe it happened on the 6th. So September 6th, 9/6. 9 plus 6 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. She was originally found at 12:48. I know that. And that equals, 3, 12, I think that equals the 6. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 and 8 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. Then it changed to 12:24. So that's 3, 5, and 5 and 4 is 9. So that's still satanic. But then they also had it at 12:20. It was different articles. So they went from 23, 24, and 25. They removed her body at, I want to say, 5:43. And yeah, it's not 5 plus 4 and plus 3 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. It's all satanic, gets back to this. It can get you to 6. So, there definitely has been a lot of factors with the clothing, the hand symbolism. But again, I think it just all goes along with the theory to feed into this. It's for the psyop, because they put a lot of this information in our faces that you could go any way with it. But this one definitely does put a lot of it in your face. So if something was to happen, in my opinion, I definitely think it could have been ritualistic. So, do your own research. This was just, this is not saying I'm not saying that is what happened here. I am just pointing out that there definitely is a lot of symbolism going on, and people surrounding her are involved in organizations that could be connected to them, and basically are known to be connected to them. So, just the fact that the hotel owner is the U.S. ambassador of Israel, and his good friend is the Donald, tells me, it's got to be some sort of satanic shit, because you ain't that high if you ain't following what the elite says. So, anyway, thanks for listening. Like, share, and subscribe, and hopefully you'll watch my other videos too.